Hi there, Donna Gonzalez here from Resurgent Art, and I wanted to share with you some information to make a video of something that's happened to me personally, and I feel it's very important for artists, crafters, photographers, practically anybody who's selling anything on the internet. And it's called art scams. Emails that you may have received requesting information about your art, wanting to buy your work, and finding out that all it is it's a fraudulent email. Well, how do we go about finding out what those red flags to look for in an email? How do we decipher between a legitimate email requesting to purchase our artwork and a fraudulent one? I'm going to share with you some red flags, and so that you're prepared when you read an email what to do. I'm also going to share with you some articles from legitimate art websites. I'm also going to share with you what we can do proactively to try to curb and stop this. There's a couple things we can do. And fourthly, I'm actually going to share with you, and this is why that I really decided to make this video, is because I myself received 2 emails from art scammers. And as I read those letters, you're going to immediately pick up and hear those red flags that I've already covered. Okay? So first and foremost, what are the links that I'm going to be reading from? And again, I'll have a list that you can look at. Also, on my website, resurgentart.com, I have on there under resources for artists, underneath that tab, I also have these links of these articles that you can read and what we can do. So the first article is by red.blog. It's called Anatomy of an Email Art Scam. And Jason, who writes this article, goes in depth. He himself has received an art scam email, and he corresponds and dialogues with this scammer for quite some time, and he has actual pictures of the cashier check and everything, and he walks you along to educate creatives and artists what to look for. The other article is from theabundantartist.com. They have an article, How to Recognize the Signs of an Art Scam. The third article is from Artwork Archive. Their article is called Don't Be Fooled by Email Art Scams, How to Spot and Avoid Fraud. And the fourth one is a blog by a California oil and acoustic painter, Kathleen McMahon. She has known scammer names and art-related email scams, and you can go to this site. It's KathleenMcMahon.com, info scammer names, and she has oodles and oodles of the actual email addresses of art scammers. Now, with that being said, I want to put a disclaimer out there. The information that you read on her site, and she also mentions it, it's not something where you're going to use that information and contact the person and email them, because a lot of times these emails get used a lot, and then they get actual scammer will drop that email, use a different email address, and maybe that original email is being used by an actual person who's not a scammer. So there are ways to deal with the art scammer, and we don't want to take the low road in harassing these people, and though they're criminals, there's a better way of doing that, and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so let's look at the red flags. How do we recognize? And there's several, and the 2 articles I'm going to take in this information is from The Abundant Artist and Don't Be Fooled by Artwork Archive. Okay, so the first one is the art scammer in their email will give you non-traditional form of payment. And what that means is they're not going to say, hey, I want to visit you at your studio. I want to pay. I can pay through PayPal, or I can pay through credit card or debit. No, the way that they want to pay is through cashier's check or money order, and often abundantly over the amount that you're asking for that piece of artwork. So your artwork is for $300. Well, they're gonna say, I'll give you $4,000. Well over and beyond. And there's a reason why they do that. Because they want you to deposit that check and use part of it to pay a third party shipper who could be out of the country. That's another red flag. Another way that they do in the non-traditional form of payment is they'll say, well, I'm currently out of the country for work, and I'm currently moving to a different country, or I'm on a boat in international water. They give you this big, long spiel. That's another red flag. Another red flag is asking you to send some money to a third party. And again, that's what I was saying, that they want you to cash this large amount of money, which is well exceedingly over the amount that you're asking for your artwork. And once you do that, you bounce the check, and then when the bank finds out about it, could be a couple weeks later, you have to accrue those fees of a bounced check. Third is suspicious phrasing. To me, this is like the first red flag in my book. Email scammers it reads awkward, doesn't flow nicely, it's odd. It does the punctuation, the syntax, the grammatical errors are all over, and they'll say things that seem weird, like, oh, I'm sorry for not getting back to you sooner, my apologies. And you're like, you just emailed me. And they might say, oh, I think your artworks are very amazing. Really? Which ones? But they don't tell you, because they're not interested in your artwork, you see. Another way they will do this is they will ask you to send them images of your artwork. They want you to tell either the size, the dimension, the price, all this information they can find on your website. Obviously, they have not gone to your website. Do you see what I'm saying? But they want you to give all that information. And along with that is they will ask you for personal information. Big, big, big red flag. Don't do it. Oh, they might not ask you for your social security number, but they'll ask you for, oh, can you please confirm your mailing address? Can you please confirm your phone number? Can you please confirm your email address? What's another red flag? They will sound impersonal. They don't greet you. Hey, dear so-and-so, hello, Donna, or hello, Resurgent Art. It's just this generic. And one email I got, you're gonna when I read it to you, you're gonna see it has no solitary greeting. Whatever it is. They don't have any greeting to it. Another red flag to look out for is there is a deadline. The sender claims they need your art real quickly, and they'll badger you, and they'll just to get that deadline. And it's an uncomfortable deadline. If it's a valid buyer, they will usually understand and be flexible with the length of time you set for completing the shipment of the artwork, the packaging and this and that, or if there's a holiday or whatever. If the buyer's rushing you along, that's a warning sign right then and there that the artwork, that they want the artwork shipped before they send you out your money. And that money, that cash, it's not there. Another red flag is if you're reading the email and it just doesn't jive. Man, it doesn't add up. You're getting a bad feeling. That's your intuition. You need to go with it. That's telling you, don't allow your excitement of someone buying you your artwork and they want to give you, $5,000 for a piece that's only, $300. Don't let that cloud your vision or cloud that gut feeling that this doesn't read right. Okay, because in the long run, it's going to be worse, especially if you end up having to pay fees for a bounce check. You end up sending out your original artwork, and you lost someone's stolen your original. You basically gave them for free your artwork, an original artwork that they're going to go and copyright and make profit off of. If they don't throw it away, and you didn't get paid, and now you got to pay fees for the bank. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that was the second part. I told you some red flags, the articles. What can we do now? Well, we can contact the Federal Trade Commission, and you can file a complaint with them. If it is a business, sometimes these businesses, it'll be the art scammer will use a business name, and it would be a fraudulent business, or maybe whatever it is, company or whatever. You can file it with the Better Business Bureau. There are things that we can do, as well as getting the word out to other creatives and artisans so that they're aware. Knowledge is power. It's power on our side. And if the FTC keeps getting a flood of emails from artisans and creatives who are saying this is an art scam that came my way, they're going to do something about it. If you know of any way that we can help, maybe lobby for stricter laws or whatever against these art scammers, let's do that. Also, a lot of times these art scammers are saying that they're from the U.S. when they're not. They could be in Europe, they could be in Asia, they could be in China, wherever. If they're scamming, they're not telling you the truth, and they're not going to tell you the truth where they're at, where they're working out of. All right, last piece I want to cover with you is the 2 letters that I received. Okay, so this first letter I received in August. I did dialogue with this person. It was only a week-long dialogue. And as I read, I'm not going to read every single word, but I'm going to read, as I read it, from what the red flags that I've shared with you, you're going to come across someone. And I'll go through what the red flags are in case you missed a few. It's from a person by the name of Kim Tony. That right there is a little odd for me. 2 first names. Hello, I came across your webpage. I like your inspiration as an artist. Could you email me some recent works on sale for me to look through? Cheers, Kim. Really? You want me to email you recent works on sale? Obviously, she hasn't looked at my webpage. I knew right then and there, my gut feeling, this had to be a scam because she doesn't even give us a solitary greeting. Hello Donna, hello Resurgent Art. It's just hello. That's telling me that this email that she sent out, if it's a she, went out to many other artisans as well. And so I figured, okay, well, maybe it's not, So I emailed her back and said, glad to hear you like my inspirational works. And I said, follow me on Instagram if you want to see more. If you're interested in work, contact me. And she writes back. Now, I sent out that email, just FYI, on the 19th. And she emailed me on the 18th. So this is like a day later I emailed her back. 3 days later, she emails me and says, apologies for not getting back to you sooner. Really? That's not that. Again, that's that red flag. It's nice to hear back from you. Regarding our interest in your piece, my husband and I decided we'd like to proceed with the purchase of the 4 pieces attached below. How about you telling me what your inspiration behind this piece? She shows me 4 pictures of artwork. Okay? But you want me to tell you what inspired me. Which one? Which, by the way, she never answers. I think it's a lovely work and I hope to give it a good home. Well, that's nice. I am presently away on vacation, but I should be back in a few days. Kim, we all want to be on vacation. And artists particularly want to be on vacation for a long time from art scammers emailing them. But I continue. Please confirm its listed price. And then she gives me a San Antonio, Texas address. I did Google it. It is an actual place. Whether or not this person lives there, I have no idea. She continues. Meanwhile, can you please confirm your mailing address and phone number so I may inform my husband on where to forward the payment? I can have him send the payment ASAP. About shipping, you can handle it from your side by mailing address above, either by USPS or FedEx, USPS Postal Service. I look forward to hearing from you so I can know how best to proceed. Cheers. Kim. Well, Kim, and again, it seems a little bit tempting here. She's giving me domestic U.S. carriers. But see, I'm not falling for that because she has not even looked at my website. She doesn't tell me what the pieces are, and all the information that she wants is on my website. And then she wants me to confirm by giving her, I'm supposed to give her my mailing address? Oh, no. So I replied back, and I say, well, which of the 4 paintings were you interested in knowing how I was inspired to create? And then I proceed to tell her my payment method is through PayPal, and upon receiving a payment that is cleared through PayPal, then I will package the 4 artworks and send it to her. And then she writes back, thank you, but my husband can only make payment with cashier check. So I said, sorry, I don't accept checks. And that was the end of the correspondence. So you see how she's insistent it has to be a cashier check. I find it very odd. I don't know why she is speaking for her husband. If she, again, if you're an art scammer, you're going to lie about everything. So this could be from a guy writing and saying his name is Kim. Whatever it is, she just wants the artwork and she's not getting it. And at first I kind of thought that maybe it was a scam, but then upon reading I thought, well, maybe not. But then as I started continuing corresponding with Kim, I realized it was obviously, it wasn't real. However, this second scammer who sent me an email on December 10th, notice the date, December 10th, it's not even 2 weeks, it's like 2 weeks before Christmas. This person doesn't even say any solitaire, I can't even say the word, it's a greeting. Does not even give me a greeting. Very short email. I want you to listen for the repeat sentence and hear the price that he's offering. And from the red flags that we've already discussed, I'm just going to read it through and allow you to pick up on it. My name is Jason Hedges from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm interested in some artworks to purchase for my wife as a surprise gift for our 20th anniversary, which is just around the corner. I came across some of your artworks, and I must admit I like your work. You're doing quite an impressive job. You are undoubtedly good at what you do. With that being said, I would like to buy a surprise gift for my wife in honor of our upcoming wedding anniversary. It would be of help if you could send some pictures of your piece of works, which their respective prices and sizes, which are ready for immediate sales. You notice the awkwardness of that sentence? My budget for this is within the price range of $500 to $3,500. I look forward to reading from you in a view to knowing more about any available piece in your inventory ready for immediate sale. I have no idea what he just asked. As a matter of importance, I would also like to know if you accept check as a means of payment. Regards, Jason. So fraudulent. Doesn't give me a greeting. He's interested in artworks to purchase, but obviously has never taken the time to look at my artwork because he's asking questions for dimensions and sizes of my pieces of work. And I'm not even talking about the grammatical errors that are in this piece. Like there were grammatical errors in the other email. All that information you could have gotten from my website. And then that the repeat sentence of the deadline, I have to get this for my wife's 20th anniversary. First off, that is a red flag, that deadline. Asking way too much because my pieces aren't at $3,500. I don't think I might have one piece that's close to 500, but not even that. And then that really awkward sentence, which I didn't even know what he was talking about, and if I wanted to accept check. With this email, I just did not respond at all. But with that, I felt that it was really, really necessary for us as artisans and crafters to get that word out, to make this video and share it with others. And I hope that if you ever get an email like this, I hope you don't, but if you should, you have now some knowledge what to look for and how to best respond. I wish you the best in doing art and photography, and until I make another video, have a great day. Bye-bye.